Let's eat.
Today on Celebrity Hobbies, we're in Mexico cooking up a fiesta with rocker Sammy Hagar.
Ooh, it's hot. Ooh. Hey, this is Sammy Hagar here. One of my favorite hobbies is cooking with tequila, and what better place to do it than Cabo San Lucas?
Sammy Hagar is one of America's favorite rockers. Who would have guessed he likes to cook, too? The perfect spot for Sammy to hash out his culinary fantasies is his home in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. Sammy Hagar began his musical career by playing in Southern California bar bands. Along with a run as Van Halen's front man, he's also had a successful solo career until he discovered another passion, Mexico, where he opened up his own restaurant called Cabo Wabo.
Oh, mercy, mercy me. The creativity of cooking is just like writing a song. It's like, well, this song needs a bridge, needs a better bridge. Same thing, you'd be cooking, you go and taste it, you go, oh, this sauce needs something to bring it all together. Maybe it's just a little more olive oil, maybe it's another hit of garlic, maybe it's a little more salt. You know, whatever it is that brings that sauce together or that dish together. And that's what and I get real creative in there. It's a wonderful form of meditation.
One of Sammy's signature dishes is his lobster tacos, which get their flavor from a simple tequila marinade.
Cooking with tequila is like, I think every chef out there that I know anyway, all the great chefs, they're always looking for a new ingredient. You know, something that opens up a whole new world for them. You know, I'm sure when the French discovered wine, deglazing a pan with wine, it was like, we'll put wine in everything. So I've really gotten turned on to cooking with tequila, and it's wonderful. You deglaze a pan with it, you marinate with it, you know, lime and tequila and salt are just, that's all you need. Okay, so the first thing we're going to make here is, especially at the Cabo Wabo, it's tequila marinated lobster tail. Anything that goes with lime and salt will go good with tequila. Better than wine, trust me. Trust me on this. So here's what you do. Lobster tail. You know, split it down the back, pull it out, chop it up a little bit. You get something that looks sort of like this. Now we'll dump this into a little jar here. Put a little salt on it. Everything needs salt. Next thing I would do is lime it up.
Sammy uses a Mexican lime crusher to get the most juice out of the limes.
You put, you know, half of a lime in there. These are Mexican limes, by the way. They got the best flavor. They're sweeter. They're wonderful. I would do two whole ones for like one tail. A little bit of garlic, not a lot of garlic. I love garlic, but lobster is a delicate kind of meat, and I wouldn't over-flavor it. A tablespoon or two of onion, fresh cilantro. You don't need to chop it. If you wanted to, you could. We have fresh jalapenos, sliced thin, seeds removed. You don't have to, it's up to you. You might want to go easy because we have red serranos as well for taste and color. Now this is basically going to be your marinade. Then to that, a little tequila. I would use pure tequila. I like the old wine theory. If you wouldn't drink it, why would you cook with it? Like fine wine. I'd use the same amount of tequila, basically, as you did lime. 50-50. Okay, then you mix this all up. And let this sit about half an hour. You know, because, like I said, it's a delicate seafood dish. You don't want to leave it sit overnight. I don't think it would totally cook it. You would have ceviche. And then you just eat it right, I think. And we're going to saute this up. Oh, and mix a cocktail. You need a really hot pan. We're going to put just a little bit of oil in here once it heats up. But first thing we want to do is we want to drain the liquid off of this. You never want to pour a bunch of liquid into a hot pan because then you're going to have boiled lobster, okay? We're going to use that juice. We don't throw that out. And then, woo! Get back! And just let that get good and cooked before we add our marinade. Whew. That tequila's already working. It smells so good. Oh, because of the tequila just comes together with that like you just can't even imagine. And is what we do now. You're going to take that off the flame and hit it with that tequila, because otherwise, folks, bye-bye to the eyebrows. We take our juices now, pour them back in. We'll add a little, and beware. There we go. Woo! Let's go. And I think we're just about there. There's only one way to find out. Not quite ready. Oh, it's hot. Woo. Yum, yum, yum.
Thank goodness Sammy doesn't just keep his culinary talents to himself. His restaurant, the Cabo Wabo, combines his love of cooking with his love of rock and roll.
I was down here working on the Van Halen record, OU812, which was our second record together. And I used to come to finish up the lyrics. It was a small little sleepy fishing village, all dirt roads. A couple years later, I started talking about, hey, I'm going to build a place called the Cabo Wabo, and I want to make it a tequila bar. My accountant almost quit. What? In Mexico? Bob! Right on. First 4 or 5 years of the Cabo Wabo, you could walk in there on a Saturday night and there'd be 35 people in there. But finally the town caught up, and now, it's the party capital of the world.
Coming up next, Sammy finishes his lobster tacos.
We're not done with this yet. We're going to make some Cabo Wabo Ritas. Hey! I'm Sammy Hagar. You know what I mean?
Welcome back to Celebrity Hobbies. We're cooking Sammy Hagar's famous lobster tacos. We've already marinated and cooked the lobster in tequila. But before he finishes his tacos, Sammy makes his signature Cabo Wabo Rita.
You got a shaker with ice. The amount of lime juice you want to use the same amount of sweetness. I like a little bit more lime than sweetness. This is Damiana. You could use Triple Sec, you could use Contro, and then nothing but the finest Cabo Wabo tequila. You can really blow it with too much lime or really blow it with too much Damiana. I don't think you can go wrong with too much tequila. And you shake it. Leave that sit for a moment while you take your glass and you take a lime. I use half, only half. And you put it in salt. Salt's not supposed to be that good for you, so I'm light on the salt. The idea of salt and lime with tequila, the plant that it's made from, the agave plant, grows in the earth for 10 years. It's a very earthy plant. It's got sweetness to it when it's cooked. It's got a salty taste to it, and it's got a citrus taste to it. All those flavors come out of the tequila really well. That's why people do lime and salt with the tequila. It's not to keep from getting the shivers and going, it's because it actually brings the flavor of a true 100% agave tequila out. And that's what we have here, Cabo Wabo. And you pour it straight up like this. Look at that. Does that make you thirsty? I don't know where you come from, what planet, but to me, that's a cocktail. Cheers.
And now, how about those famous lobster tacos?
Let's eat. This is what I call the real deal right here. You put cabbage in here. This is classic. A little limon over the cabbage, excuse me. Some of this lobster. Throw it on there. But that's your classic taco. You don't need all the craziness on there. That is delicious. The best taco you'll ever taste in your life.